Happy Tuesday, man. Welcome back. Good morning to all the NBA community. This is the best of seven. I'm Seven Mitchell, man. We are live streaming from the YouTube channel this morning, Tuesday, November 23rd, 2021, man. We here to chop it up and talk about some of the hottest topics in the NBA this morning, man. Salute to everybody out there. Shout out to my guy, the shooter is in the building, man. A whole lot going down in the NBA, man. Big up to you, shooter. Chopping it up, man. About to go over some of these hot topics in the NBA. Salute to Iman Shumpert. First of all, let's get this thing started with some news from the former NBA player. Iman Shumpert last night became the first ever former NBA player to win Dancing with the Stars. He won it all last night. He got that rhythm going. So shout out to Iman Shumpert for winning the Dancing with the Stars shit. Not too much is going on, man, in the NBA right now, shoot. I'm not even going to hold you, man. You know, we got the situation with LeBron being suspended for a game. Isaiah Stewart be suspended for 2 games off of their altercation the other night in the Lakers-Pistons game. Now, I think the NBA, in my opinion, dropped the ball a little bit because LeBron is not going to be able to play in the Knicks game, which is at Madison Square. You know, the Knicks and the Lakers, they only play once a year in New York. So the Madison Square Garden fans are not going to be able to see LeBron James in person this season unless for whatever reason he make it to the finals. I don't know how important that is to Knicks fans, but, you know, when you got superstars in the league, you always want them to come through regardless if you are a fan of them or not. You know, it just brings a whole different energy to you know, the game. So I feel like the NBA dropped the ball. If they had to suspend LeBron James, it just, I don't know. And I know they can't be selective and skip over the, if they're going to suspend him, they can't skip over the Knicks game just because it's going down in Madison Square. But I just think it was just bad. I think they were forced to suspend him. This was the first time in LeBron James' 19-year career that he's been suspended. I don't think it was a dirty move at all. You know, it looked like they were tied up by the arm, and you know, LeBron threw the shot at him, trying to get him off of him. I just don't think LeBron intended that contact where it happened. And immediately after he got contact, you know, he went over to Isaiah Stewart to kind of apologize to him. But you know, Isaiah Stewart, man, you can't have that type of energy and behavior in a basketball game. Darian said we up here lying, but for me, this is all facts. This is all facts. I got the StreamYard link is available if you guys want to come up and join me. But, you know, it's ironic that this situation happened in Detroit. Remember, this is the same, well, it's not Auburn Hills anymore, but, you know, the Malice in the Palace. So this thing could have almost happened again. I just felt like Isaiah Stewart was way out of bounds, not because he reacted, you know what I mean, all that blood he had. So I get that part, but he looked like he was looking to kill LeBron. Like nothing, all those people had to stop him. You know, that was kind of embarrassing. So they gave him 2 games. They gave LeBron 1. I just feel like it's going to be a disappointing matter by LeBron not being able to play in Madison Square. But I don't know. The Lakers got way more concerns than this one game. I don't know what they're going to do. Kyle Lowry. That's interesting. Kyle Lowry said he's going to retire as a Toronto Raptor. Let me bring my guy Darian up here, man. See what we talking about. Yo, Darian, what's the word, G?
What up, G? What's going on?
Oh man, what am I lying about this morning, man? Put me in my
I
place,
already
man.
look, man. Listen, bro. LeBron clearly looked back at the boy and smacked the hell out of him. It's okay. Nobody's saying that LeBron's a dirty player, so you
Okay,
can't sit
good.
there and say that wasn't intentional, bro. You know you throwing the elbow back, bro. You
Well,
know.
I think again, their arm was tied up. I think it was intentional for LeBron trying to, release Isaiah Stewart from off of him. I don't think that he intended to hit this man in his face, in his eye.
So he intended to hit him in the chest. Is what you trying to say?
I would go for that. I would definitely
Okay.
go for that. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
that's why as soon as it happened, LeBron reached his hand over like, shit, I didn't mean to hit you there. You know what I mean? So I get that. And LeBron kind of, went to see if he was okay. Something was said within that little conversation that really made Isaiah Stewart go off. So what do you feel about Isaiah and his behavior?
Uh, I'm be honest, man. If he really was going to do something, LeBron James, he had that 2.5 seconds to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I understand you might be like, God damn, like LeBron really hit me in the face. But if he was really feeling the ways, you know what I'm saying? He could have did something about it. I think once he realized he was bleeding like that, then
He
I
had to
think
go
that's
there.
what
He had to
set
go
it
there.
off.
Right. Because that was a lot.
Yeah.
I've never seen so much blood in an NBA game. I can't remember really in my life.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's been a while. I think didn't Clay have an injury like that?
I don't know, man. I cannot remember someone's face, especially in two places. Like his eye and his mouth was just full of blood. Like I can't remember that happening in an NBA
Nah.
game.
Nah, yeah, you right, you right. It's like, man, it's an unfortunate situation. I mean, I feel like he shouldn't have, disrespected his folks like that, trying to run him over like he a running back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You had your chance to do what you needed to do. If it was all that serious, you could have seen him in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? If
Yeah,
it was all like that,
HB2M he makes a good point. I think, like you said, once it kind of sunk in, once he was able to see the replay, once he was realized that he was bleeding, so much, I think that's really where he kind of panicked and like turned it up another
hmm
level and went at LeBron.
hmm
Now, what do you
no, he
think
probably just
about?
wanted his he probably just wanted his lick back, man. You know.
I can get it. I get it. But this the king we talking about. Like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, you
Oh
gotta to be
God.
selective. Come on, have some respect.
Oh God.
This
Oh
is
yeah,
just not no
that's the
average
reason.
kid.
That's the reason he only get one game, right? You know what I'm saying? Old boy get two, and he ain't even touched the boy, and he get one. And he the one that caused the whole ruckus. You
I'm
know what I'm
tripping on
saying?
how people say LeBron couldn't play it in the '90s era. You see how strong LeBron is off of that one little punch or whatever you
Oh no,
want to
I'll
call it,
never
man. But
deny
LeBron
that.
couldn't play.
I'll never deny that. I'll say this though, in the '90s era, I don't think LeBron plays 19 years.
I agree. I definitely agree with that.
They would have beat
So
the
you
hell out of him, just
you
like they
feel
did
like he should have
Shaq.
been suspended more?
Uh, I think I think it should have been the other way around. I think LeBron should have got two, and old boy should have got one.
Come on, D. You can't be
What
serious.
do you mean?
I got to
What?
talk to the
What?
bosses. You can't
Cause
be
he the
real with
king?
that. But so you feel like the an unintentional. Well, you feel like it was
It
an
was
intentional hit.
intentional. It doesn't
Okay.
matter. It doesn't matter whether it hit him in the face or it's in the chest. He meant to throw the elbow, bro.
Okay. So let me ask you this, because you are a real sports fan, you're a real basketball fan. We elbows
Yeah.
are a part of the game from Oakley to the Pistons to the old Knicks. So are you telling me that an elbow, even if it's intentional, is more of a concern than the behavior Isaiah Stewart had running around that court knocking people over?
I mean, what caused it? You can't tell that man how to react.
Yes, you can. See,
Oh.
that's the problem. We can't have that
You
street
can't.
mentality. See, you taking it to the streets. We can't have that in the NBA on the court at that. Like you see how
Okay.
how Melo did with KG. Melo waited to one of the wait to after, like they was gonna get it popping mid court, but Melo shit say after the game, man, I'm going to the bus. We gonna handle this shit.
Melo is also the same person that during the fight when he was in Denver, punched a dude in the face, snuck somebody, and then ran to the other side of the court. That
Melo
that
got
that
into it with
I remember that
somebody.
Melo.
He got he got into it with somebody the other night too in the Detroit game after the whole
Yeah.
altercation happened. He was like, "Yo, why are you over here?" Like that shit kind of went viral. So okay, my thing about it is I just feel like the NBA dropped the ball because the Lakers' next game is in Madison Square versus the Knicks. They only play in Madison Square once a year, so the Knicks fans,
You
for whatever it's worth, is not going to see LeBron this season.
you gotta punish him. What do you mean? You
So what if
come
so what if
on,
they would have
bro. Like,
skipped? What if
oh,
they?
come
I'm
on,
talking
man.
crazy, Darian. I will give you that. I will give
What are
you
we
that. But I'm just
doing?
saying, what if they would have skipped the Knicks game and suspended LeBron the next game? Would you have had a problem with that?
You don't. Then you got to be like that for everybody else. You can't just sit there and pick and choose because he's LeBron. Y'all LeBron fans is killing me, bro. Y'all
Yeah.
killing me, man. Y'all ridiculous.
Because I'm
Like, come
looking
on,
at this
bro.
thing, D, from the business aspect. Yo, you know what LeBron brings to the table,
All
bro.
right,
And when you
yeah,
know LeBron
cool,
come to New York,
cool.
there's no other athlete that's gonna bring people out to Madison Square Garden like
It's a
LeBron
lot of
James.
people. It's a lot of people that go crazy in the garden, bro. It's okay.
Yes, it is people that
We
go
could miss
crazy,
one.
but I'm
We made a lot of money on LeBron. We could stand to miss one night. I'm I'm just.
HB. I don't know what the hell Russell was doing. Russell
Oh
tried to
nah,
square up.
you know Russ. You got to play fake tough, and at least I will commend Anthony Davis waking up. You know what I'm saying, and taking the game over.
Right.
Like I wish I saw that all the time. You know what I mean?
What do you think
So
about the Lakers?
what do I think about the Lakers?
Like, where did you have them at the beginning of the year when you found out that they had Melo and Russell, and what do you think about them now that we done seen
Okay,
some product?
so before anything, I thought I had Brooklyn as my number one team. Before I knew that Kyrie was gonna be like, nah, you know what I'm saying, I'm not taking the vaccine. Before I knew that, I still had Brooklyn being a little better than the Lakers. 'Cause I thought the Lakers is just too damn old, and I knew that Russ was gonna throw off that chemistry, and it was gonna see, you know. And now at this point, I think they need to send somebody over and re-injure Klay Thompson, because if Klay Thompson get back with Golden State Warriors,
Here we go.
I don't see how they beat them,
Here we
especially
go.
with the chemistry. And you know what Steph do to Russ. You know what I'm saying?
I'm confused. Why y'all so gung ho on fucking Klay Thompson?
What do you mean?
Why all of a sudden is Klay Thompson the deal breaker in the NBA? Like we
Okay, so
haven't watched,
we're gonna sit here and act like he don't when he get hot, drop 40 on you in the quarter. That Klay Thompson. You talking
bro.
about the
There's
Klay
a lot.
Thompson that put OKC out?
That's a
When they was
fact.
up 3-1. Talk about that
That's a
Klay Thompson.
fact. We're talking about the Klay Thompson who has never took a team on his own and went anywhere. We're talking about that Klay
Oh
Thompson.
no,
We're talking about a
but
Klay Thompson who wouldn't have any hardware if it wasn't for Steph Curry and Kevin
oh no,
Durant.
I
I'm
mean,
talking about that Klay
look,
Thompson.
no disrespect, but I don't think Steph wins without Klay. I think it's a marriage. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
I respect that. I respect
Yeah,
that. But my thing
I don't
about it
think
is this. My thing about
yeah.
it is this. You expect Klay Thompson to come back after this injury, jump back into this lineup, be 100%, and because you know they're going to have to be adjustments being made. Wiseman's not even playing. Wiggins is playing well,
Yeah.
but his minutes is going to have to get adjustments. Jordan Poole, he's playing well, but minutes are going to have to get adjusted when Klay gets back. And you don't know if he's 100%. You don't really know what type of Klay Thompson you're getting. You really mean to tell me that Golden State is going to be that much of a threat? I know they got the best record right now, but I don't see Klay Thompson being the make or break in no NBA. What has he done?
You
What has he
when
done?
KD went down and came back? That jumper's still wet, right? I'm
No
just
doubt.
saying, if the
No doubt.
jumper, you don't need him to do much. You know what I'm saying? Hey, just be open when I get the ball to you. If the
See,
legs
I don't
work
want
like
to.
they're supposed to, and the jumper is wet, we fine. We got Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins can defend. We got Gary Payton Jr. Now that can defend. You don't got to do all that no more. Then you got Wiseman coming back. I know a young guy, but he got the upside too.
My brother Atlanta since 82 say that if Clay is half the player he used to be, Golden State is going to win the chip. How? How do y'all sit here and say that Golden State is going to walk away with that Larry O'Brien trophy when you got Miami and Brooklyn and the Lakers? I'm confused. Much respect to Golden State, but let's not act like in 2016, when they had Clay, when they had Steph, they blew the 3-1 lead to LeBron in Cleveland. That really happened. If it wasn't for Kevin Durant going to Golden State in 2017, they wouldn't even have went back to the finals, much less win two more. Y'all putting too much mustard on Klay Thompson, and I'd rather see y'all praise Steph more than what y'all giving Steph his credit for.
This is where your argument is flawed. Don't forget that Kyrie was there, was going crazy, and don't forget that was probably the best we've ever seen Draymond play. And then they got Draymond out of there on that game 4 or 5. When Draymond came back, Draymond put up like 20 points.
Draymond had an unbelievable game 7. But again, that goes to my argument though. But that goes to my argument because when you look at that sample size, and then when you look at 2015 when they won the first championship, Draymond would give you 25 points a game easily. Y'all don't have that no more coming out of Draymond. So I don't see how Klay Thompson can come and you don't need it. So who you think you getting that production from? That
need it when you get Klay back and Wiggins is going. Look, Wiggins look like a new player, bro. Y'all don't look like the player that was in Minnesota.
So Andrew Wiggins is that okay? What about the Andrew Wiggins that was in Cleveland? What about the one that was in Cleveland that got drafted number 2?
Hey man, we talking about past stuff. It ain't there no more, G.
Okay.
You want to bring up the past? Like when people piss me off when they do this argument. Well, before LeBron came back to Cleveland, what was Kyrie doing with Cleveland? Like Cleveland was actually helping Kyrie to win a championship when they didn't put nobody around him to help him. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like, you gotta make this fair. When LeBron got there, they moved heaven and earth to help out LeBron.
But Darian, how can you have that argument when Kyrie? Now, I know one season he was hurt. He had 2 opportunities in Boston. He was in Boston for 2 years. So what's your excuse then?
He was hurt. The man can't do nothing when the legs is gone, man. What do you want him to do? You know what I'm saying? Just like that. I'm not gonna say it's dirty, but I feel like Giannis ain't had no business being under the goal to mess up Kyrie coming down from that layup, and that threw the whole momentum off the Brooklyn game. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie just keeps finding himself in these situations now ever since he left LeBron. It's weird. I don't know what LeBron did to this man. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Kyrie should have let LeBron keep calling him that son or whatever. Son. He's trying to make it seem like LeBron was a father figure. Maybe you should have let that go, let that slide, and maybe his career would have been different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It would have been a good selling point. But nah. You know what I'm saying? That Kyrie got that Kobe mindset. He's like, man, I already got a dad. What are you talking about? You know? So,
former Phoenix Suns player Sean Marion, he says he feel like he should have been a part of that NBA 75th anniversary team. Sean Marion feel like the numbers don't lie. He should have been a part of the list. You see that?
Nah, Sean. I didn't see that, but nah, Sean. I love Sean, man. But Sean got the ugliest jumper in life. You know what I'm saying? He was a hell of an athlete, but that jumper was trash. And you got other players that are probably better than him. If
they didn't make it.
Are we putting Joe Johnson? If you want to go somebody in his tier, we putting Joe Johnson in that top 75? We putting Coutinho Mobley in that top 75? Steve Francis? These are the same guys that are probably like in his tier, bro. Like borderline stars.
And I'm trying to go back to Phoenix, but I know he played in Dallas. I don't remember Sean Marion being the best player on his team at any point in his career. I can't remember.
He was never the best player ever.
Yeah, I don't know where he getting this argument from, but he feel like, he should have been on the list. Numbers don't lie. Kyle Lowry, now with the Miami Heat, he said he is going to sign a one-day contract before it's all done with the Toronto Raptors, and he's going to retire in Toronto. Do you like Kyle Lowry saying this in his first year with Miami, talking about retirement and as well his intent to go back to Toronto to do it? Because I don't really feel that. I don't really like that. It's not a big deal. A lot of players go back to teams that they've been on, organizations that they've been with for a long time, sign the 1 year, the 1 day contract and retire with that organization. It's all good. I just got a problem with Kyle Lowry saying it and saying it in his first year with Miami, leaving Toronto. Like you now publicly saying that you miss being home, you miss home already.
Kyle, man. You know why, Kyle? I think Kyle is used to being loved, and Toronto actually loved him,
Right?
and they'll love him in Miami like they love Butler, or they love who's that young kid, Hero,
And
all
Bam
those
out.
other
But
boys,
why is
or
that?
Bam.
Why is that though? Because Kyle got hardware. So why? And it's early. It's early. He's
I mean, honestly, you got too many guys that got upside, man, and I mean, I understand he got the hardware, but are we really gonna sit here and pretend like Kawhi wasn't the one that literally put the team on his back? All Kyle really had to do was play really good defense and show heart. He basically was like a Marcus Smart at that point in time.
you're right. You're right.
To me, anyway.
You're right. Because even before Kawhi came, LeBron used to dog walk Toronto. So, I could see in a sense Miami feeling like you still got something to prove before you get any cachet here. Jimmy Butler has been proven. Bam has been proven. Tyler Hero made a statement. He feel like he's up there with the Ja Morants and them. He's showing off this season. So these guys are proven, and I think Kyle Lowry just got some work to do. You know what I'm saying? But I just got a problem with this nigga just leaving Toronto. Now he's talking about, signing even just a little simple 1 day contract. Like that shouldn't even be on your mind, and you shouldn't be speaking that publicly so early into this season. Where's your focus at? Kind of bug me out. Oh man, but I'm about to get up out of here, man. Salute to all of y'all, man. Big up to my guy, Atlanta since 82. Shout out to HB2N. Subscribe to HB2N, man. You do some good content, man. Dope music, and your videos will be on your shit. So salute to HB2N. Keep doing your thing. Good work over there. Salute to my bro, Atlanta since 82. Shout out to Darian, my guy, for joining me. The shooter, y'all niggas know the vibes. Y'all stay safe, man. I'm Seven Mitchell with the best of 7 Sports Talk. I'm about to get up out of here. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. And I am out. Peace, y'all.